It's kind of pretty. I think it's worth taking a moment to enjoy some pretty things. Sunrise looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Apologize for my shaky hands, my shaky phone reception. Hopefully it won't give you a headache walking through downtown Naperville right now, carrying some coffee, carrying some water. My arm's getting cold. Don't even know where I'm headed. I've got some suspicions. You're gonna have to hang with me as I search out just the right spot, just the right locale. Where should I go? Where should I go? Good morning, Julie Flanagan. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. I'm looking for the right spot. Although I'm worried my arm's getting a little bit of frostbite because this ice water that I'm pinching between my chest and my arm is really feeling cold. A little colder than I like. This walk is a little longer than I'd like. I see a table. I'm just going to that table. I'm gonna sit. I don't want to bend over. I don't want to hunch. I don't want to stoop. I don't want to slouch, sag, droop. Good morning. And looking forward to getting to this table. So hang with me. Note to self. Don't go push the live button so early and have to walk halfway through downtown. Viewers will be bored. Why am I always up early? It's a good question. The early bird gets the worm. You're not that productive while you're asleep. I mean, you're a little bit productive. It's important to get your rest. But I tend to go to bed early. And, I don't really party anymore. I don't drink alcohol or smoke pot or do anything crazy. I'm going to try and sit right here. Hang with me. Oh, it feels so good to get that water out of my arms. There we are, by the covered bridge. And when I say the covered bridge, there's several. I thought of going across the way to JC Park right over there. I did not go. Might as well do a quick scan of where we are. Show the good people of TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, the beautiful city that is Naperville. The one of the many fountains that sits along our river walk. And again, about just a red brick road behind me that stretches off, I don't know, a mile or so that way, and it goes another mile or so that way. It's a beautiful, beautiful town that I have been fortunate to call home since I think 2008. Again, might as well give you a little, there's the river, there's the bridge, there's the table, there's my water, and here I am. Oh, something's a little wrong. Whatever engineer designed this table put the bench of it, or the bench is too far underneath. Oh. Let me see. How we doing? Good morning, Robert Montgomery. It's early, man. Good morning from Chicago. What's wrong in Chicago, Kayla? I don't know what's happening in Chicago. I don't know. I'm up with all this energy and motivation. I don't know. I mean, there's two guys just cruising. They're cruising through here on a bike. Hello, way to go. They've got energy and motivation. Good morning, Robert Montgomery. And good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Sunday morning. It is August 20th. It's 6:07 a.m. Happy Sunday. It's a little show I've been doing for quite some time. It's a show about me talking and kind of sharing some experiences, sharing a little bit of ups and downs, sharing a little bit about life, sharing a little bit about, I don't know, fun, joy, heartbreak, sadness, happiness, the ups and downs we have in life. But for those that have been watching a while, you know it's not just a show about me talking. Because if it was just that, I mean, it'd be pretty dull. How much can one guy really talk about? They often suggest, oh, you should do interviews. And I always go, no, that's not what this show is about. The show is about me talking. But it's not just a show about me talking. The Naperville workers are out early today. Picking up things, working at 6 a.m. on a Sunday. Wonder what he's going to do. I'll find out. Good morning.
Good morning.
What you working on over there?
Garbage.
Oh, garbage. Well, what time does your shift start?
You start anywhere from 4 to 6.
All right.
Morning.
Yeah. Must be fun driving around one of those things a little bit.
Yeah, a little noisy, but it's not bad. It's better than the trucks. It's smaller. We get down the sidewalks a lot better.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So, yeah, it's not bad.
How long you work for the city?
Actually, I work for the Park District.
Okay.
But, we get paid by the city here. I mean, the Park District does.
Yeah.
A little over 10 years.
All right.
And retired from someplace else before this. Then I figured, it's outside work. Not bad.
I tell you what, I'm kind of looking for work. I was a realtor for a long time, and I retired or quit at the beginning of the year. Doesn't look too bad. I'm out. Yeah. I'm early.
Yeah. No, well.
I clean up garbage. You're cleaning up, making the place look beautiful.
Yeah, well, we try.
Yeah.
That's a Sunday. That's a Saturday, Sunday. I mean, there's some guys. There's 3 guys on today. There's 3 guys on yesterday. Normal shift during the week is from 6 to 2.
All right.
As long as it depends on the light and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Later on in the year it'll be 7 to 3.
Yeah.
So
all right.
you do garbage, you do weeding, cutting grass, cutting trees, chipping trees.
Yeah.
It's all outside work.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful out here.
Well, like this, yeah.
Yeah.
When it's raining or snowing.
Yeah, that's true.
I worked 39 years with AT&T, all outside.
Okay.
So outside.
Just what you know.
And this is a lot. I'm going to say less stressful.
Well, I would imagine. It doesn't seem very high stress. You're sitting here talking to me.
Yeah, AT&T, it didn't matter if it rained or snowed. You had to be out there. You couldn't be in your truck. You couldn't get warm. Here, they don't, as long as you just get your work done.
Yeah. All right. Well, way to go.
So, yeah. Well, if you're looking just come on board. Well, the thing is, right now, I only work 9 months a year. 9 months out of the year.
All right.
I'm off from December, January, February.
Well, that's not a bad time to be.
Yeah, that's not bad at all for me. I don't think there's any full-time. If you work all year round, it's 29 hours.
Yeah.
But I work 40 hours, but like I said, it's only 9 months.
All right.
So unless they need more help, like last year, I wouldn't work to the end of the year. But it was nice to have January, February off.
Yeah. You never know what the future holds. I appreciate you, sir. Have a great day. Anyway, where was I? Jimmy had a Starbucks yesterday. I'm sorry. I've been neglecting you. I hope you could hear both sides of that conversation. Ironically, right before I got talking to that gentleman, I'll show you. Let me show you. I think I've shown this before. What struck me about the interest in it is just he got to pull up in this little bad boy. This little green John Deere thing. And I forget what it's called, but it looks kind of fun. It's the Gator. It's the John Deere Gator. I don't know. Driving around. I don't know. Maybe not. Who would do my coffee show for me then? You guys would miss me. I wonder if they'd frown on me doing my coffee show from a John Deere Gator. Excuse me, Ken. You're supposed to be picking up garbage, but it looks clean, Mr. Mayor. It looks clean. Look, it's a beautiful park. Anyway, again, for those that have been watching a while, you know it's not just a show about me talking. It is also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And I'm glad I'm going to get focused because I'm very focused like a laser today. And I'm so excited to have my first sip at this early hour. I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Oh. It's good. It's a dark roast. It's got cream in it. I'm feeling a little groggy, to be honest. RJ, is there really going to be a heat wave today? I've heard it's going to be a warm one. We've had such beautiful weather. I'm coming at you from Naperville, Illinois, for anybody that's just tuning in. It's a town of about 145,000 people. I'm sitting across the beautiful library in Naperville. It's award-winning. I don't know what libraries do to win awards, but it's supposed to be one of the best libraries around. Must have a lot of books, I would think. I would define my library's greatness to the lack of greatness by how many books it has. RJ, are you kidding? He's saying it's going to be in the hundreds on Monday. That sounds horrifically. Anyway, I'm just waking up, so forgive me. But it's been a gorgeous, gorgeous few days, and I've talked about it feels like fall's coming. And I have had a lot of people tell me how August is such a great month and it's not that hot. And I think they were being wrong or tricked because I was born in August. And I always remembered August to be one of the dang hottest months. But we've been blessed with some cooler weather. Feels like fall's coming. And apparently it's going to be really hot here, says RJ. He actually is taking power. RJ is one of my moderators, a longtime watcher. Guy that does some interesting videos, eats some interesting foods, and does some interesting cooking from time to time for anyone looking for somebody to watch. But he's also a heck of a moderator and very supportive and very encouraging and a very good guy and appears to be a very good dad and a loving husband and a young man that inspires me, even though I probably got 20 years on him or so. But he's plugging along, he's doing his best, and I appreciate you, RJ. So, cheers to RJ. But it's Sunday morning. Woke up today feeling a little bit groggy. It's hard to get out of bed. Laid there for a while. Didn't have a whole lot going on, so I thought I'd get up and start my day. Drink some coffee. I'm debating. Puka, I'll get back to that. I'm debating going to the gym for the third time in a row today. I joined a Planet Fitness the other day and have worked out the last 2 days. Really, really enjoyed it. Felt great great way to spend an hour working on yourself. And not only are you working on your body, but you're also working on your mind. And I found myself in a more peaceful place after working out the last couple days, but I'm a little sore today. And you can't work out every day. And yesterday I was talking about one of my goals. I'm going to be able to do some pull-ups. I can't do any right now. I can pull up a couple inches, but I got long arms, so it doesn't go very far. And the one risk to being able to achieve my goals is hurting myself. So I don't want to do that, And it's a Planet Fitness. I was thinking about it this morning as I was getting ready. I wanted to save a little bit of money. Twice divorced, so I have a lot of expenses. And was thinking about joining a Lifetime Fitness gym, but that's like $130 a month. And the good thing about Lifetime is there's stuff to do at the gym even if you're not working out. I'm 6'2". Even if you're not working out, you can go sit in the sauna. You can go whirlpool. You can kind of swim around a little bit because they got a couple indoor and outdoor pools. Planet Fitness doesn't have all these niceties. If you're there, you're probably going to be working out. So I can't go there and just kind of hang out like I might at Lifetime and go, I'll go sit in the sauna for 10 minutes and sweat that way. Then I'll go shower and call it a day, go, oh, that was a great workout. No, I'd actually have to go work out today. And I think I will. I'm actually looking forward to it. And again, it felt so good the last couple days. I think I felt like a calmness and a peacefulness, the last couple days, and really enjoyed them. So, Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase, your Turbulence is asking me questions, and I don't know what you mean. I don't know who those people are. Are they football players, Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase? I don't know. I believe somebody named Puka asked what I did for a living. Oh, that's a good question. I was a realtor for 17 years. I left that at the beginning of the year. I'm currently working at a super target. Not currently, like literally currently working at a super target, because I'm literally currently sitting on a bench in downtown Naperville. And but I work at a super target, not on Sundays, and it's kind of been an interesting experience and a good life lesson and a good stepping stone for me. But I'm continuing to pursue other opportunities and look for other options and look for other career choices. And in the meantime, I'm doing a heck of a lot of coffee with Ken and enjoying that. And enjoying watching this platform grow and watching it grow on other social media platforms, be it YouTube or Instagram or Facebook. And I'm making just a little bit of money. Just making just a little bit of money as a content creator. But before you make a lot of money, you got to make a little bit of money. And if I'm making a little bit of money, maybe if I keep doing some things and keep tweaking the stuff and what I'm doing and the equations a little bit, I can figure it out, because I enjoy this. I love getting my day started with some coffee and talking to my phone for a little bit and getting out and showcasing the beautiful city of Naperville, or I don't know, just sharing some thoughts and sharing some feelings and sharing some ideas and sharing a little bit of stuff that's going on in my head. Yeah. Plain White Mama asked, why did I quit real estate? Oh, a lot of stuff to it. I'd been considering it for years. Had done it for 17 years. I am 55 years old. I probably got 30 years on the planet. I was never that great at it. I didn't knock the cover off the ball. Good morning. I never knocked the cover off the ball. And I like to say I was fairly okay at real estate. I have an outgoing personality. I shake hands well. I have a big smile. I'm pretty smart. People trust me and feel comfortable talking to me about, I've got a lot of experience. So I thought there'd be a lot of things lined up for me to be extremely successful as a realtor. But I don't think at the end of the day, or even the beginning of the day, I really believed in what I was doing, or that I was offering any great service to my customer. I thought I would hire me, I would trust me. But other than that, I couldn't really say, hey, here's why you should hire me. And that was kind of a tough thing for me. People generally did hire me because, again, I think, what have you. But yeah, I just don't think I loved it. I just don't think I loved it. Cassidy said she used to go to Ribfest. I think Naperville's a little sad that we don't have Ribfest. Did they do it in Wheaton this year or Romeoville? It was a big fest. For those that are watching from out of area, it started, 30 years ago probably, in the early 90s or late 80s or something like that, maybe earlier. And a bunch of rib vendors from all over the country would come and set up stands and set up their grills and set up their smokers and do their best barbecue. And it was a ton of fun. And the event grew and grew and grew every year in Naperville, from kind of a small little intimate gathering to a massive event of, I don't know how many people would show up on a busy night, but we had big shows, big performers. I think of some of the bands I've seen in recent years, but some really big performers that would pack them in, a bunch of different types of music. The beer was always flowing. The community was exciting. I thought it was a really, really neat event, but I think it maybe outgrew the city, and the city maybe got tired with I don't know what the economics of it were, the costs or what have you, but just the traffic control and the crowd control and the this and the that. But it was a really neat event. I saw Steven Tyler recently there. Who else did I see? I saw a whole bunch of great bands there, and a lot of good memories. And yeah, what city am I talking about? Dana Brown. I'm talking about Naperville, Illinois, a town of about 35 miles west of Chicago, and a town that wins a lot of awards, and a town that is just a beautiful town with a great, great downtown, and a lot of great people, and a lot of great things, and a lot of great reasons to live here, and awesome, awesome schools, and just good people and a good place to be. Naperville Last Fling is coming soon. Somebody said I had a nice voice. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. A nice voice and $3.55 will get you this cup of coffee. Cassidy, are you serious about going to Summit for a burrito? Did we talk about that? Yeah. I talked about this the other day on my live. And by the way, one of the biggest stressors I have on my lives, or in my life right now, and there's other stressors, so I say this sort of tongue-in-cheek, is that I'm falling further and further behind my editing plan for editing these live videos. I always go back and watch them and clip them into smaller little videos that are either funny or inspirational or talk about sobriety or mental health or whatever issue I feel like talking about at the time. But I'm falling further behind. I just completed my editing video from almost 2 weeks ago. And again, that's a heavy burden on me. A heavy burden on me. I either have to edit faster or stop doing so many darn lives. And I don't know if I can stop doing the lives. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know if I want to stop. I don't know what I'd do right now. I'd be sitting at Starbucks drinking my coffee, going like this, looking at my computer maybe. That's me sitting at Starbucks looking around, wantingly. Keep a backlog of content. I do, but there's a certain currentness required in my lives. Like, for instance, I posted a video last night about a review I did about the movie Oppenheimer. I saw Oppenheimer like 3.5 weeks ago. But it was a 2-week-old video that I found this chunk of, I thought, pretty good content, me discussing the movie Oppenheimer, which, by the way, I thought was long and boring. And it's probably going to win Best Picture. But if you guys are watching the Oscars and everyone goes up and they're getting the trophy, remember that Coffee with Ken said it was long and boring. And I say that with some sadness. What have I seen recently? I saw Barbie. I had to watch those back to back. Yeah, I wouldn't. Mission Impossible was pretty good. A lot of action. It was what it is. And I saw one other recently, but it's nice to be able to go to the movies. Did I see Elemental? I'm not familiar with it. I did see Barbie. Horrible. They make Ken the bad guy. They needlessly are mocking men. You know, it might have been a more relevant statement 40 years ago, you know, when maybe you look at the board of corporations and they were all white men working there. But it just felt antiquated and silly and needlessly belittling men to make Barbie look cooler. And I just don't think that's the way... you need to do it. Speaks a little like a bitter middle-aged man. Did you watch the last 20 minutes? Yeah, Ken is enough. I did watch the last 20 minutes. Elemental is amazing, new Disney movie. Oh. Well, it's okay playing White Mama. It's okay playing White Mama. I don't know anything about Elemental. I didn't know it was coming out, but I need another movie to see. I'd seen all the ones that were on my list. But anyway, it's supposed to be hot today. I get to pick up my little nugget of love, Augie, in a couple, 3 hours. I don't even know what time it is. Probably 6:30. Looking forward to that. My oldest daughter, Erin's going to meet us at church today because it's Sunday. And I told her the church starts at 10:30. It's kind of a little private joke that she and I have. And she shows up late because the church really starts at 10:45. And she usually gets there just after that and acts like she's surprised that the line at Starbucks was long or that the traffic was or that the drive took a little longer than she wanted. But I am looking forward to that. And that, along with going to the gym, I think, is kind of the high point of my day and my week and my new happy places. And I think it's important, to have some happy places and have some contentment in your heart. And I think over the last couple of years, I've lacked a lot of contentment, and I was kind of sad because I have my beautiful children, and I wasn't seeing them as often as I wanted. And it feels good to know that I'm going to spend time with some of my kids today, some of them. It's hard being twice divorced. The kids scatter. My 2 older girls don't spend much time together, so they're hard to get together. My 2 little baby ones aren't very mobile because they're babies. And I don't know. I don't even have a car big enough for 4 kids with 2 car seats. And I don't know if I can rationalize buying a minivan to transport my 4 kids that I get together once a year, maybe. But maybe I can. I just need to figure other ways to go about it. It's hard having a lot of kids. It's challenging. 4. And I got 3 stepkids. I mean, we'd rarely all get together, but that's a lot of kids. But again, as they get older, they kind of travel a little individually, and you're doing less packing up the whole family like the Brady Bunch when they rode to the Grand Canyon in their station wagon. And but they made it work. They made it work somehow, but I guess it was just a TV show. And they were following a script. And they were going to the Grand Canyon, which had to be a neat experience, although Bobby got lost and Cindy got lost. I wonder how many people even know the Brady Bunch anymore. I wonder what the demographics of my audience are. Is it an older crowd? Is it a younger, hipper crowd? Or is the young, hip crowd sleeping right now? I don't know. I doubt it's that hip of a crowd that wakes up early on a Sunday morning to drink coffee with Ken. But let's have another sip. Oh. How come I'm not getting any new comments? I got John's comment. You know that wasn't a documentary, right? There you go. Brady Bunch was my favorite. Thank you, Christine. Thank you for mixing it up. I was staring at John's comment for the longest time. I thought my phone was broken. I was somewhat concerned. Good morning, Brian Finnegan. Yeah, I've missed you the last few days. I've been working out, Brian Finnegan. Is Dixon around, Fuzzy Dunlop? Is Dixon watching? I would not only give him, Dixon Mayas a shout out, I'd sing for him. Is pumpkin spice available now? Not currently at Starbucks, or I don't know. It's sold in stores. I bought some the other day at Mariano's. What are you talking about? I'm hip. Hey, Julie, thank you. Oh, Brian's got cold strep. That's not good. Being sick's no fun. You haven't done anything wrong and you feel, I don't know, almost hungover or worse. But it's nice if you don't have a ton to do and you can rest and you can watch some TV and you can lounge about your house. It's funny, Christine said she knew every episode of Brady Bunch, as do I. I've been watching some Seinfelds the other day, and you can watch all the Seinfelds on, I think it's Netflix, actually. They have them all, on Netflix, however they do it. Good morning, Josie. Thank you, Dan. You drink pumpkin spice at home? I drink all sorts of. I think a variety at home. My favorite at home is the cinnamon dolce. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I've been watching a few Seinfelds recently, and I used to watch the Seinfelds and watched them all on. They have reruns that they play on, I don't know, TBS or WGN or what have you, for those that still get TV. What's interesting that I've found is there's certain episodes that they don't replay on any of the cable networks. There's just certain episodes that talk about maybe more sensitive topics than the networks want to dive into that they don't replay. So every once in a while I'll be watching a Seinfeld on Netflix and go, wow, I've never seen this one. And I'll keep watching, and it'll be about a sensitive topic, a more sensitive topic than I think the rerun companies are comfortable doing. And yeah. Oh, Deha Ba says, so handsome. Well, I appreciate that. I'm not feeling that handsome today. I mean, it's funny. I've worked out exactly 2 times. And I know. Good morning. My physique hasn't changed at all. I'm still the soft, squishy 55-year-old man that's 10 pounds heavier than he should be and out of shape more than he'd like to be that I was in front of you 3 days ago. But just starting the process and just beginning the journey is important. And I almost don't think it matters where you are in life in terms of anything. It matters where you're going. And I say that as I was thinking about the working out today, or working out the last couple days. And I don't need to have huge biceps or a 6-pack ab right now. That's not where the joy comes from. The joy comes from striving for that and going for things and working on yourself and becoming better and going to church and loving on your family. And it's the journey, it's not the destination. And it felt so obvious to me about the working out, the joy I had just from feeling the fatigue in my muscles and in my body and the calmness in my mind and the work I do to achieve that. And it's not necessarily about being in the best shape, but it's striving for it. And it's whether it's physical fitness or spirituality or relationship healthiness, or you can be struggling in life and dealing with depression and anxiety and loneliness. But I'll tell you what, you make an appointment with a therapist and you start feeling better right away because you're on the path to healing or to getting better or to improving yourself. And I know for me, a lot of times, I've seen a therapist several times over my life. There's times when I've been struggling. I always feel better as soon as I make that first appointment and I have it in the calendar because it means I'm taking my state of well-being seriously. And again, that can apply to a bunch of different things, be it physical fitness or what have you. Let's see. You have a very pleasant personality. Well, thank you, Josie. I'm always smiling. Tell that to my ex-wives. Tell that to my ex-wives. They don't always find me so pleasant. Sometimes they say I can be downright grumpy. Sorry, I thought I'd give you a little sunrise off in the distance, but it is a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful morning. And I am... Should I finish up under the bridge? Do you guys want me to finish up under the bridge? Do you want me to finish up? How long should I be talking for? The bridge is kind of a nice spot. Everyone, thank you, Christine, for sticking up for me. Everyone can be grumpy. I'm not perfect. I'm so far from perfect. And that's kind of what this whole show is about. I'm a guy that talks about his flaws and his struggles and divorce and depression and anxiety and addictions and sadness and, employment struggles. And this show's never been about me being perfect or life being perfect or what have you. And it's kind of coming to that realization that it's not perfect and that it's not you are for real. Well, I am for real. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's about perseverance. It's about striving forward. It's about getting a little better. It's about doing your best. It's about feeling good, loving yourself, forgiving yourself, enjoying the beauty that is around us. These covered bridges. I got very shaky hands, and I'm drinking some coffee, and I'm putting my iPhone 14 rested on a ledge of a bridge. If I pick it up and I go like that or something, I'm going to throw my phone in the river. I don't know. I'd probably go in and get it. The river's probably only 3 feet deep, maybe there. I'd probably try and go get it, I think. It'd be embarrassing if I did later in the day when it was crowded, when the when the river walk was full. Look behind me, how pretty that is. Look behind me this way, how pretty that is, sun rising through there. Again, Naperville's such a beautiful town, and I tend to love all river towns. I think rivers give towns some character, and feel lucky to get to spend so much time downtown and exploring. I mean, I've pretty much explored every millimeter of this downtown. That's okay. I still enjoy it. It's fun to walk through a place you know so well and look at it as if you were a tourist. And I enjoy doing that. And I'm walking up. No, it's not my namesake because it's Dick Tracy, but his last name's Tracy. Again, I've shown this statue before. I do not know what connection Dick Tracy has to the city of Naperville, but there must be some connection. I'm going to sit over here, put my coffee down, probably sign off with you fine folk, finish up my coffee, head back to Starbucks, get a refill, open up my computer, check my emails, which is always a fun thing to do on a Sunday morning. Good morning, my friend. Do I drink anything besides Starbucks? You mean in terms of coffee? I drink a lot of water. Why do you have the shakes? Why are you having shake? I wish I was having shake. I wish I was having an extra large coffee with cream. Not extra large coffee, an extra large chocolate shake from Dairy Queen. I spat. That's how much fun I'm having doing this. I don't know. I've always had the shakes. I was called, Jamie Monroe called me Shakey's Beats in first grade. Yeah, I'm okay with it. I have 76 viewers. That seems like a good amount. Everlasting Bloom. What a pretty name that is. Yeah, Christy, it really is a great town. It is a great town. And again, I think it's so easy to take for granted what's right in front of us. And yeah, it's just so easy to take for granted. But on a nice night, there might be a band playing, or there might be some street performers strumming some music, or there's families getting ice cream or getting coffee, or just walking, strolling through the town, or doing some shopping, or people going to bars and restaurants. It's a really nice town, and it is kind of almost, and I've said it before, it kind of has a big city feel and a small town vibe all rolled into one, and makes it a great town. Is it expensive to live here? I'd say it's fairly expensive. It's definitely, again, I was a realtor for 17 years. I always said for most of my career, the average home in Naperville was about $400,000. But now I would say the average home in Naperville is probably $530,000, and that's happened in the last 3 years. I know it's not a Naperville phenomenon. It's probably across the country. That's the appreciation we've seen, like 30% over the last couple of years. But it makes it tough. It makes it tough for a guy working at Super Target to buy a home, I'll tell you that. And rental rates have gone up, and it is challenging. But again, I don't think it's a Naperville issue. I think no matter where you are in the country, maybe in the world, housing costs have gone up a lot. And yeah, they certainly have here. Yeah, it just was weird as a realtor watching prices. You could see the home prices going up. And you'd see a new listing come on at a new high price for the area, and it would get gobbled up immediately, and then again and again. And we still have an amazing lack of inventory. And I'm not even a realtor anymore. And it feels really good to say that. I wish I could say I was a mega successful content creator here on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. But it's about the journey. It's about the journey. It's about the journey. It's not like when I make $1 million and I'm sitting on a big pile of cash, life's suddenly going to be better. It's about striving for things and getting a little better and doing that. So I have a lot of fun. And I appreciate you guys for watching. It's Sunday morning. It's 6:45. I'm going to drink my coffee. I'm going to maybe eat a Pop-Tart. I'm going to head to the gym, do a short little run. I'm going to wish I was at Lifetime so I could sit in the steam and work up a sweat that way. But no, I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to have to exercise. And I'm going to go and head out and pick up my little, kind of call him my best friend, my son Augie. Yeah, he's almost 2.5 now, and he's just such a sweet little boy. And I have 3 daughters and 1 son, and I have so much fun hanging out with him. And I get to hang out with him today, and I'm looking forward to that. And I hope you're looking forward to your day as well. I hope you had a wonderful night's sleep. I hope you're feeling good. It's supposed to be a warm one here in the Midwest. I hope you have a swimming pool you have access to. If you don't, run through a sprinkler. I got a lot of fond memories running through sprinklers as a kid. If you really got the toys at your home, get the slip and slide set out. You're never too old to slip and slide. I slip and slide with the best of them. But I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I want to thank you guys for joining. I so appreciate you sharing part of your Sunday with me and following along in my journey. I hope you follow my page. You follow me on other social media platforms. You like my stuff. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you're loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.